What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done. And we're going to talk about games for a second. I know that's unusual for me to talk about on here, but I thought in this case, perhaps I should. For those of you out there that are gamers, what do you think of the fact that Microsoft is raising the prices of Xbox stuff? The Xbox Series X, which I have and never use, paid $500 for that thing, and it sits there collecting dust. I'm never buying another Xbox. I might not buy another PlayStation either, but it sits there collecting dust. $500. They are raising the price of it to $600. So a whole $100 for a console that they already are seemingly struggling to sell. The last time I looked at the numbers, the discrepancy between the sales of the PS5 and the Xbox, the PS5 was outselling it 2-1, at times 3-1. So you guys already aren't having an easy time unloading that thing onto customers. And I have my theories of why. Like, it doesn't have any effing games. You've got a great console, great hardware, but it has no software. So it's hard to get people to buy a gaming console that has very limited software available for it. But nonetheless, that's where we're at with that. It's a console that they're already having a hard time selling, and they're raising the price of it. And games are going to go up in price as well. Games are going from $70 to $80. I've never before seen this happen mid-generation. I've never seen in the middle of a console generation that games raise in price. I remember back in the day, and of course this ages me, if you're old enough to remember, the original PlayStation, they had cut the price across the board of PlayStation games to $39.99, and this was instrumental in the PlayStation's popularity, because back then N64 games were $59.99. Some, like GoldenEye, were, I think my mother paid $72.99 for that from Toys R Us, which no longer exists anymore. Damn, I'm getting old on y'all. But nonetheless, yeah, back then N64 games were like $60 to $70, and PlayStation games getting that price cut across the board to $39.99 really helped them gain market share. It was the beginning of the legend. After they made that price cut, Tekken 3, if you guys remember, those who are old enough to remember anyway, it was $44.99 when it came out. It was the only game of that era when they cut the prices of the games to $40. It was the only game to be $5 more. And they basically did that because they knew they could get away with it, and they could get away with it. Now Nintendo is selling their new system for $450, and they're selling their games for $80. And it does appear that everyone is crediting Nintendo upping the prices of their games for why Microsoft is doing this too. And people believe that it will only be a matter of time before Sony copies and does the exact same thing. It's funny to me because I really thought people were going to blame tariffs, even though largely a lot of the games that are sold are digital, and it wouldn't make sense for tariffs to be the reason why they're gouging an additional $10. But no, people are not blaming tariffs. People are like, we told you when Nintendo did this and Nintendo got away with it, that others were gonna follow suit. So maybe that is it, but I think that Microsoft doing this mid-generation is a bad move. Raising the console that you already are having a hard time unloading, $100. It's just not gonna make it a more popular console. It already isn't that popular in a head-to-head against the PS5 at the same price, and you're going to make the less popular console $100 more. I really would like to know what Microsoft is thinking with this one, but they've shown this console generation that they have no idea what they're doing. My son told me of an Ask Me Anything that they did, asking gamers, where did they go wrong? What have they done wrong? And it amazed me, because how do you not understand that the reason why you're getting the crap kicked out of you this console generation is because your competitor, they've got more games than you, and to some people better games than you. How are you not understanding it? You guys have all these executive level eggheads with all their degrees that you're paying, lucrative salaries to, and none of you can figure out that the reason why your console is struggling to sell is because you don't have enough software for it. Last console generation, this is toward the end of the Xbox One's life, Microsoft was buying up studios left and right. If you guys remember, Microsoft was just on a tear, buying up all these different development studios. And I remember thinking, it's too late for the Xbox One to benefit from this, but their next console will surely benefit from it. Well, here we are. Next console's here, and it has not benefited from it. In fact, how many of those studios have they closed? They've canceled games left and right, and they've closed up studios left and right. So how is it that we get to a point to where you need to ask Twitter or Reddit boards, what is it that we're doing wrong? Like, what in the hell, man? So there we go. Microsoft, this is not it. If they thought the Xbox Series X was struggling before, they ain't seen nothing yet. I don't know who's in charge of making these decisions. I don't know if it's still Phil Spencer or what. He was the guy in charge of Xbox, when I still used to play games a lot. I don't know if it's still him now. He, for all intents and purposes, seemed like a very bright guy, have a handle on what he was doing. That has not shown through. He's really not looking like a competent leader when it comes to the Xbox division right now. So I'm gonna leave it there. People are holding out and wishing that Sony doesn't do this, but please believe Sony is probably gonna follow suit as well. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, though. I think I've said enough about this topic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit me with them likes if you like. Hit me with that sub if you watched a few of my videos and you like what I do. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.